This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad. Election season is upon us. With it usually comes election goodies. But according to the police, the video of the food packets with money attached to it has nothing to do with any election. A viral video showing food and cash being distributed to the public had nothing to do with the forthcoming Malacca state election, according to police. Malacca Criminal Investigation Department Chief Azlan Abu said the event was not meant to affect the ballots and no party symbol, no elements were found in the video. Azlan also did not say whether the incident took place in Malacca. The video clip showed dozens of elderly people queuing up for their share of food packages and a 50 ringgit note attached to the food packets. Chinese newspaper Oriental Daily quoted a local activist as saying that the event did not take place in Malacca. Bunga Raya Businesspersons and Residential Association head Leong Cheng Fah believes the event took place in Pudu, Kuala Lumpur. Tension continues to rise between UMNO and its little brother Bersatu, with Zahid Hamidi delivering a blow to Bersatu, calling them liars. UMNO and Bersatu may be partners in the federal government, but the two parties are set to clash in Malacca. And it appears UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has already drawn his sword. Writing on Facebook, Zahid said Bersatu is getting nervous because they are afraid of their own shadows. He explained this is because they know about their cruelty and misdeeds. According to him, Pakatan Harapan and Bersatu worked with DAP to topple BN in 2018 by spreading lies. He also expects Bersatu to manipulate stories in Malacca when they face UMNO in the state polls. Nomination day is on November 8th, but PAS is still trying to negotiate a makeshift truce where Bersatu and UMNO do not compete for the same seats. UMNO is bringing out the big guns for Malacca. UMNO strongman Rauf Yusof has seen many elections, but this will be his first as a candidate. Malacca UMNO chief Abdul Rauf Yusof is set to make his electoral debut in the upcoming state election. According to Utusan Malaysia, Rauf is set to contest in the Tanjung Bidara seat. Rauf is a key figure who guided incumbent Chief Minister Sulaiman Ali to prevent an attempted coup against the UMNO Bersatu state government. However, Tanjung Bidara is considered BN's safest seat in the state. In GE14, UMNO had won 58.15% of the votes in Tanjung Bidara, despite the strong anti-establishment sentiment at the time. This win represented BN's strongest margin in the state. Over on the other side, DAP has unveiled its 8 candidates for Malacca and they're introducing 2 new faces. The DAP will be fielding 2 new faces in the Malacca state election. The 2 new faces are Muhammad Danish Zainuddin and Leng Chow Yen, out of the total 8 candidates announced by the party. Danish will be contesting in Pangkalan Batu, where the party's incumbent assembly person, Nurhizam Hassan Bhakti, had defected. DAP will also be taking a risk by moving State Chief Tay Kok Kiao to a significantly riskier seat in Bemban. The lineup was announced by DAP Secretary General Lim Guaneng in a virtual press conference held in Kuala Lumpur. The sole incumbent to be dropped was Bemban's Wong Fort Pin. Now we have a message from our sponsor. When we're back, we take you to Sarawak, where another state election is set to take place in 60 days.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
As Malacca gears up for its state election, EC is expecting to reveal the details for Sarawak's turn to vote next.
Very unique situation where the Agong has lifted the emergency, automatically it's dissolved. But it's just a matter of procedure. We will ask the Speaker to just inform SPR officially.
That's Caretaker Chief Minister Abang Johari Openg announcing the dissolution of the Sarawak State Assembly this morning. This comes after the Yang di-Pertuan Agong lifted the localised emergency in Sarawak. Now the state must hold an election within 60 days from November 3rd, after its state legislative assembly term expired in June. During the announcement, Johari also said that he had been advised that legal and public safety and health considerations had been put in place. He also said Sarawak achieved an acceptable COVID-19 vaccination rate for an election to be held safely and with all necessary SOPs in place. PN will have a hard time in Malacca, but will GPS make Sarawak less painful for Muhyiddin's party? We'll see. Perikatan Nasional Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin and Gabungan Parti Sarawak Chairperson Abang Johari Openg will decide on the allocation of seats to be contested by the coalition in the Sarawak election. This is according to Sarawak PN Chairperson Senator Jaziri Aklaf Abdillah. He added that the coalition was prepared to face the state election with the belief that they've managed to serve the people well. He said the state government under the leadership of Abang Openg had also done their best for the Sarawakians, comprising various races and ethnicities. Jaziri called on the Health Ministry and Election Commission to set SOPs for the state election as soon as possible. 2 states, 2 elections, but will there be physical campaigning? Lim Kit Siang hopes the authorities won't go overboard with COVID-19 SOPs. With 2 state elections set to take place, DAP veteran leader Lim Kit Siang has urged the Health Ministry and Election Commission not to go overboard with COVID-19 SOPs. He said the Ministry and the EC have no jurisdiction to impose a total ban on physical campaigning, provided that COVID-19 SOPs are complied with. Instead, the Iskandar Puteri MP said they must strike a balance by having a fair election while keeping COVID-19 under control. He also said it is the duty of the EC to ensure the highest voter turnout for the Malacca and Sarawak state elections, while ensuring the COVID-19 SOPs are adhered to. Lim added that Malaysia must not follow the examples set by Jordan and Algeria, which saw a voter turnout of 29% and 30% for the respective parliamentary elections during the COVID-19 pandemic. Malacca is set to go to the polls on November 20th, while the Sarawak polls must be called within 60 days from November 3rd. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad Michael. Thanks for watching.
In these difficult times, we have seen many companies innovate and transform their business strategies and produce outstanding outcomes.
These breakthroughs in business model and in technology adoption should be recognized, and we invite all entrepreneurs, innovators and corporate leaders to participate in our inaugural Top in Tech Innovation Awards.